Thank you, pal. You okay, man? You need to sit down for a little bit. We didn't know you were there seeing all that. I'm sorry about that.
He speaks up, like he's smiling real wide, but it's like he's still crying like a fucking weirdo. You don't need to worry about me, sir. You've done me and mine a great service. You see, I work for a powerful, and that man told me that I had to get control of this wonderful little rock. And this one, she could resist no matter what, even without one of those fancy little helmets you all have. Lena speaks up. Are you saying the emotional skyscraper is you? Oh, not me, ma'am. Just a little trinket I got from my good buddy boss. But it seems that you will be even less amenable to my employer, my good friend BG. So, I don't
I
think
freeze
that
at the
I'll have to allow you to live.
I freeze at the moment he says that.
Charge.
No, I'm not charging. We can't rush in. I'm already injured.
Look, can if you want.
You move to do some shit, but he starts to do something real fucking weird that gives you pause. He calls to his side a bunch of other people hiding behind those curtains, and then he holds up a weird. You call it a trinket, but it's more like a gizmo. It looks like it looks more like a sort of gyroscope, and you immediately realize that that's the emotional skyscraper, because you can feel very clearly on your skin the waves of emotion crashing upon you from that. His right shoulder blade kind of begins to glow blue from a strange lump under his shawl, and he cries even harder than he was before. And he holds up that device above his head, as though in reverence, as his tears flow ever freer. What you realize are cultists crowd around him. And at first you can't really tell what's happening, but you realize as they push their heads closer to his that they're kind of licking at his face, catching tears.
I don't like that.
As each person gets their fill, they fall into a sort of fit on the floor, as though going through some sort of intense high. And with each one on the ground, you can feel those waves of sheer emotion around you getting denser, crashing against you stronger.
Oh boy.
And before you can really push yourself to do anything, the helmets, your only protection to the skyscraper, are useless, and you can feel it in your head. And in turn, you collapse on the floor, sobbing with as much intensity as the man himself, and everything feels so far away. Nothing feels real, and you just want to lay down and give up. Do you?
No.
Oh no! I got this far. I'm not losing the cutscene out to the boss. That was a little cheesy,
Rusty,
sorry.
you look around a little bit for any direction, and you see Lena in a similar state, and you hear her through your own sobs begging do something, stop it, isolate that thing. Rusty, what do you do?
Would eating the thing? I want to grab it and see hey, would eating it do anything good for me?
I don't think you can really bring yourself to do anything
can't
particularly that much.
Oh.
I think I know
you do have a card up your hand.
Oh.
Oh boy.
I do.
Quadcopter!
I believe you said this. A fucking card. I can open my brain. Alright, hey.
Your card is, Seth, I think your card is particularly round.
Fucking egg? Oh, I've got an egg, that's right. I forgot about baby! How could I forget about it, baby? Can I use baby in this situation?
You could use baby when you do an augury.
I want to use augury on baby.
Okay.
My friends are here.
Baby's manages to calm Seth down.
Oh,
what does
I
it
love
look
baby.
like? What ritual do you perform when you do an augury?
I'm fucking hugging everybody. I imagine it kind of being a friendly intimacy. And that's how that works. Because so far, Rusty's been very friendly with everybody. So it makes sense for that, motion to do something good.
Do
And
you
it's
think it's like? Do you think it's like a sort of haphazard hugging, or do you think it's like one big circle?
fucking circle. Everybody's getting this group hug.
So
I mean,
like,
because it's kind of weird in general for this, man to come and hug you. I feel weird about that, but it works.
okay, go ahead and roll weird then.
Oh,
+1 because of the bullshit I told you about.
okay, so that's on top of weird?
Yep.
Are y'all ready for this fucking number? +4, baby! Where is Augury? There's Augury. Yippee! I've got a hit.
Golly gee.
Golly gee, I wanna fuck this thing up. I don't like the...
So, you get to choose one from this list. Do you have the list open?
Yeah, the top list, or
Yeah.
and then the bottom
You get,
list is for something else.
You get one from the top list, and then two from the bottom list. So, you can see them yourself, but I'll list them off for everybody else. It is, you reach through the world psychic maelstrom to something or someone connected to it. You isolate and protect a person or thing from the world psychic maelstrom. You isolate and contain a fragment of the world psychic maelstrom. You insert information into the world psychic maelstrom, or you open a window into the world psychic maelstrom. You can, of course, interpret these in a great many ways. Isolate and protect could mean to isolate and expose, things like that.
I want to... Can I insert information into the sphere to just make it so everybody's fucking happy and excited about shit? Get the energies pumping? Can I do that? Am I allowed? Am I allowed to change the way this thing works?
Considering that it seems to work directly on the maelstrom, I think that might be able to work.
Nice, nice.
So now you have to choose two of these. You choose if it'll persist for a while without you actively maintaining it, because otherwise you have to concentrate. It reaches deeply into the world psychic maelstrom, otherwise its effect is only marginal or partial. It reaches broadly, so that it will only be maybe a choice few people that are truly affected by it, or if it's everybody. Or it's stable and contained with no bleeding, because bleeding can do strange things. It makes things unstable, and it makes it, messy.
I mean, things are already unstable and messy.
You get a 10+, which is choosing two of these.
Okay, I want it to reach broadly. I want it to affect everybody.
Okay, but you'll let it bleed.
Yeah, I'll let it bleed. Fuck that. I mean, shit's already weird. I don't think Rusty's gonna care in the moment.
Okay.
And what did you say reaching deeply would do again?
It would make it so that the effect is definite. So, if it were not reaching deeply, it would only kind of be a smattering of sad and good and happy. But when you do this, it'll be completely happy.
Fucking deep, then.
Okay. But you will be concentrating on it.
Yeah, I'm concentrating on egg and hug. Sounds weird.
Okay.
Given
So
who Rusty is, but...
Right.
What a weirdo.
You, under what little power that you have, despite, the unlimited depression, shoving its way into your brain, you, kind of, take it up to your knee, and then you kind of slowly stand up. And then you, lay your hand on the shoulder of Nickel next to you, and she stands up, and slowly you get your entire cult, what's left of it, standing and upright, and then you lean on each other in a sort of circular shoulder hug, laying your heads near each other as you sob, and you all make yourselves vulnerable to each other, and then you all make yourselves vulnerable to the world psychic maelstrom, and it feels less like an emptying and more like a pouring, and you don't see images and you don't see concepts. You see, as though a crashing wave, just something pushing against and then over and then beyond you. And the man in his cult thrashing about on the ground, holding this like item in the air. He stops holding it, and he realizes that his tears have dried up, and he tries to like he screws his face up, and then he looks at the item, and the gyroscope has stopped, and the people on the ground stop writhing, and they just kind of lay there with like just kind of like vacant looks. Everyone else, you start to feel okay, and then you start to feel really fucking good. You feel the happiest you've ever fucking been in your life. You are ready to take on the world. The world is already yours. Great job. You did it.
Woo. What's that one clip
Is
when you
Lug feeling
posted a
good?
while back? Give me a second.
Absolutely. Every single one of you feels good, and you get yourself off the floor.
Give me a second.
Victory fucking dropkick this man.
What?
Just give me a second.
Shame I can't look up.
It's a victory dropkick.
What are you saying, Giuseppe?
Sorry, I was trying to look for a voice clip when posted last time.
The logger scream?
No, not the trucker scream. There was like a woo he posted.
Woo!
That's my current mood.
Oh, the Lisa Woo. So,
Okay.
Bug, you'll just do this, I think. You are so happy. You just feel so goddamn good. Everything feels right in the world. And you know that it's all because of your good buddy Rusty. And you know that that motherfucker over there was fucking with you for a second. So you happily run on over to him in a happy little jog, and you hop up into the air, and you smash into his goddamn face with both your fucking boots. And then you crash to the floor, and just kind of like bask in the good feeling of having kicked him in the goddamn head. The man flies back a good distance because that was a real happy kick, and he like just kind of like plops on the floor, and like looks just incredibly confused
They would be too.
with a big old boot print on his face. And he goes, "You all are the worst. It's obvious that I cannot let you leave here alive even more. I would have been okay with you fucking off, but not anymore." And he like kind of like starts like slapping around his cultists a little bit, getting them like onto the off the floor.
Is he still on the ground?
He stood up, but
Kick
he
him
like
again.
no, just give me a sec. He points to your crowd of people. Seth, are you still concentrating on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't notice a single thing if you guys even said anything.
He looks at you and your group, but then he like looks over to Giuseppe's group.
Oh boy.
And he kind of points at you, and he says, "You all there will never know that happiness that they've brought into the world. The world is a very sad and horrible place, and you and yours will never feel the safety ever again. Your only chance at safety is to kick his ass and join us." And Rusty, you realize that you kind of recognize this kind of weird shenanigan. He's trying to throw them into a frenzy.
Yeah, that's immediately what I thought. Like, this bastard's trying to do what now?
Giuseppe,
Bitch.
you weren't particularly affected by this, but you know that your people are particularly vulnerable. And, like, you're not sure what they're thinking.
Oh boy.
They're making some motions. They're moving a bit. They're moving away from you. And they're walking towards Rusty's group
Oh boy.
with grim looks on their faces.
You snap them out of it. Would this count as a combat situation?
This is tense.
I think I want to pull something here. Let me think. I need to draw them back to my side, and I think I want to do that. I want to use something related to battlefield instincts. I kind of want to. I had an idea of like, I don't know.
The world psychic using like opening your brain.
I don't know. I have an idea for like what I want to do. I think to like pull them back towards me.
What's your idea?
I just like out of the blue. I start like I guess, humming a song that we used to play a lot back when things were. Since I'm happy right now and I'm thinking of like better things, I think I trying to like hum a song that we've played a lot back in back in one of our favorites from across the years before we had to focus on the band less.
Mm. You know that opening your brain only gives you information, right?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. You could do that as in like going aggro.
Um, would that work like that?
Sure.
Okay, can I do that?
You
Try
could
to
also
like.
have that be seduce or manipulate.
Mm, let's see what my seduce and manipulate is at.
You finally get to use that hot. Think about
Yep,
it.
that works. Okay, I want to do that. I want to like, in my like happiness, I like hum a song that they know well.
Okay. So, would you say that humming would also count as like the whole thing about seduce and manipulate is that you're trying to you tell them what you want them to do and you give them a reason.
Yeah.
Would you say that the humming is both like what you want them to do and a reason?
Yeah,
'Cause
like
it
I
might
want them
represent,
to
like-
stand by me and remember like why they stick with me and what we could get back to.
Okay. So what you want them to do is to stick by you, and what you'll give them is like, I don't know, continued companionship.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
For higher pay.
Come on, don't fail, don't fail. You.
Wowie.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Sidekick Bot.
I'm sorry, you didn't get a 12. You failed.
So let's see. 10 plus, they go along with you unless or until some fact or action betrays the reason that promise like sticks, but you don't have to fulfill it. You like hum this nice little song, probably like the first song that you got them to learn, because most of them were like they didn't even really know how to do instruments, and they kind of stop and they like kind of look at themselves. Like the grim looks are still there, but they're like, it looks like they're trying to like, they're kind of worrying with themselves inside, until they just kind of like, they throw their weapons to the floor and then like go back to you and then like kind of all dogpile you in a big old hug.
Aw.
They can't sob because the weird shit is making them too happy, but you think that if they were capable of sobbing, they would.
You can cry in happiness. That's a thing.
Okay, yeah, they're happy crying.
Now I just need to decide what our first song we played was.
Who knows? Maybe it's
Just move on up like Horace Mayfield.
So the man is just completely stunned. For you all to have resisted the strange bullshit of Warmeister, you truly are a strong lot.
Are we free to do an action?
Go ahead. He's stunned. He's not doing anything. He's just kind of like sitting there in disbelief.
Did you say the device is like on the ground right now?
Yep, it is inert.
Lug,
What's maybe the coolest way to destroy this thing?
how about can Lug push the man down to where he topples onto the device and then do the sickest elbow drop imaginable?
Would you like this elbow drop to kill him?
Grievously injured.
Damn.
Okay. Is anybody planning on killing him?
No, I plan to sneak over and jab the thing with my knife as hard as I could.
I'm in this fucking hug. I'm in the hug zone, so I'm not gonna do shit. I'm too in there.
Yeah, I'm probably still hugging, honestly.
This thing will probably stab into him as it breaks.
Okay, yeah. You like walk over to him, and he's just kind of like looking at the hug pile, and you like pull him up by his shirt, and then he finally actually looks at you, and like he kind of like gives a kind of bashful smile, like oopsie doopsie, I made a fucky wucky.
He
And,
sees
you just kind of,
nothing
like-
but my eyes.
You like give him it looks like a little shove, but he falls back and just kind of like topples hard onto the emotional skyscraper with a loud crack, and he's still too vacant to really understand what's going on. And then you just kind of like go, like you tap your arm, you like bring it up and you tap your arm,
Oh god.
and then you like, then you do a fucking kick-ass fucking elbow drop on his neck.
Fucking obliterated his neck.
And then he's he's choking and feeling like
Man, we found Windpipe's cousin.
Oh jeez.
Probably.
Small world.
yeah, you've incapacitated the man.
Congrats.
His cultists are staring vacantly while they stand.
And the emotional skyscraper is no more, correct? You just fucking destroyed it.
Yep, it is broken.
Yay, no more happy feelings. Yippee!
Ooh.
The happy feelings were still happening a little bit.
Yeah, they haven't
After
worn
that,
off.
Like you're coming down
static.
like smoothly.
Lug does not come down as fast as the rest.
You're just feeling too good.
He's feeling too good about this.
That's fair.
Listen, he just performed a fucking power move. How could he not feel good about this?
But yeah,
This was a productive day for Lug.
with the device destroyed, the waves of emotion start to become more gentle until everything's back to normal, and you all feel really goddamn tired. You feel like you can feel the bleeding in the blood on your skin. You can feel the cuts all over your body from the shrapnel. You feel the bruises from getting smacked around by large robot arms, and you feel the emotional exhaustion of having gone from very, very sad to very, very happy to normal in a small amount of time. And you're left with a dead monarch, an incapacitated cult leader, and your mission essentially complete.
Yippee. Real quick, I apologize to Nickel for getting blood on, her outfit.
You idiot. Are you looking around? Everybody's got blood on their outfits. We're all gonna fucking change after this, idiot.
Lug is having a difficult time breathing.
Oh, love.
And that elbow drop did not help.
Oh. It exhausted him.
His chest has been crushed in pseudo by this metal plate that was bent in a really uncomfortable way around both his chest and his back.
I'm gonna go.
He's at 9 o'clock.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna come over there and help Lug up.
You go over there and you help Lug up a bit.
With my nasty,
you notice
messed up
something kinda
hands.
strange, though. The man in his thrashing around is kind of taking off his shawl, and you can see that whatever was causing that strange glowing from his shoulder blade, and it looks very familiar. It's got the same sort of surface and consistency as your egg.
Oh, the egg
you
too.
see a strange growth off of his
Oh.
It's kind of on him, but there's no mistaking. It's very, very similar. It's glowing in a similar way. It's pulsing a little bit, and your egg certainly seems to be. It's doing that tugging again. But as you look at this thing, you feel hungry.
Ain't that always?
You feel like you haven't eaten in days.
Yeah, that egg stole your last fucking crumbs.
Yeah, they did. I'm okay with
think
that.
maybe
though.
maybe this.
I'm not resulting to cannibalism. No.
You don't want to eat the strange shoulder egg?
No, I don't want to eat the strange egg. I refuse to eat the egg.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold back on that. I refuse. That's not part of my diet. My strict military diet.
Eggless diet.
Yeah, this is a OV.
Where you
free.
won't,
Like
though,
Edwin from
your very best
Tampa.
friend will.
Yeah.
The little egg tugs as harder than you've ever seen it move before, and it kind of almost leaps out of your hands,
Oh,
and
no.
it kind of lands on the guy.
I'm gonna also scoop that thing back up. Bad egg? No.
You move to grab it, and you realize that it's getting a bit lower, and you kind of realize that it's going into the guy's shoulder.
Oh. My egg or his egg?
Your egg is going into his shoulder.
Oh, I don't like that.
And you realize that it's not so much merging or anything, it's that where the other shoulder egg growth thing was, it's not there anymore, and your egg now is.
Right, my
And,
egg replaced
after
his.
a moment after it stops moving, you kind of gingerly pick it up, extricating it from this man's body, where he's kind of just gone catatonic, and you realize that that shoulder growth is gone, and now what's left is a very large hole in this man's whole deal.
Ugh,
Your egg just auto-cannibalized another egg.
God.
Your egg feels heavier.
Okay, so put it up to 2 pounds. Alright, it's 2 pound egg
And now it doesn't tug. It just pulses gently.
Well, I guess
So this thing's a fucking parasite.
I'm keeping it with me. I'm gonna keep to loving it, as no matter how weird it is.
It fits a little awkwardly in your shawl.
That's fine.
The man stops moving.
Can't believe my egg committed murder.
It was justified.
Lena kind of makes her presence known again. I won't ask. You did it. I couldn't ask anything more. Let's go.
I
I'm
want to get
within.
this spear.
I'm within the company of like all my band members, right?
Yep.
So I'm still comfort up to them and like probably tired, hurting from wounds. I say, just like, we did pretty good, huh, guys? You still up for that concert later?
Right after we get patched up, I guess. How about tomorrow night?
Sounds good to me.
This is Fuzz speaking.
Sounds
Bung nods. Darnell kind of elbows you like playfully. Fuzz is just kind of like these fuckers. Rusty, Nickel and Zinc. Are you out of the? Yeah, you're out of the whole hug pile.
Yeah, it's out. We're good. I mean,
Well-
I'll get into it again if they want.
Well, Baby Blue, that was something else. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know we could do that.
Me neither,
What did
honestly.
What did we do?
You got me. It worked, Noah. So hey.
Lena looks at you, particularly Lug, and holds out her hand. I don't think any of us could have made it out of this without, well, all of us, but I have to say that some of the things you did were downright heroic.
He kind of says he's still having trouble breathing. He reaches to shake her hand. It's kind of a sloppy handshake. He can't get that good of a grip.
Right.
But what he does get a good grip on is that badass spear.
Using all that
Okay.
energy for that.
we gotta salvage some stuff from this.
Spoils.
Yeah. All right. You goobers.
Loots.
I will go ahead and copy paste the notes I have on that spear.
Oh, nice.
The notes are what basically advantage means. It can force whoever the wielder attacks to be unable to get into hand range.
Oh, nice.
But it only works on one at a time. So if you're fighting like a gang, it doesn't work very well. Anything larger than a small gang, I think you just cannot keep away from you. She brings y'all back out of the facility, past the daycare, past the computers, past the cafeteria, to the platform that finally just seems to like work under her command and raises you back up. And everyone's there. Everyone who was not too injured to be able to like walk, some people who couldn't even walk and were carried, are all standing in a semicircle around, well, in a full circle really, around the peak. Easily like, I'd say probably around 60 or so people, just all around this platform. And they see you come up and they start cheering.
So good. So fucking
Uh,
good.
Yours.
And Lena like holds a hand up, and she begins to speak. Friends, this is not the end. It is simply a new beginning. I do not know what the future will hold for any of us. I do not know if this is the end of conflict itself, or simply a beginning to a new war. But I know that we fought hard, and we sacrificed. And we, hopefully, we'll be able to use the blood of this conflict as fertilizer for a new tree of life. Under our rule, not just one's. And she kind of like makes a motion near her head, and everybody like reaches towards their own heads, and they strip off those masks. And you see a great many very similar faces looking at you.
That's why they all have L names.
And she looks at you all expectantly. I hope this isn't too shocking. I hope that this doesn't change anything. I hope we can still be friends.
Oh, well, of course.
That's what I thought I'd hear.
I'd give like a thumbs up, I guess. I'm still kind of tired.
I hope this explains something, questions you've had.
Nah.
Is this why you also that'd be insensitive to say. I was gonna ask, like, is this why you're all so short?
Yes.
I'm sorry, that was a little. Just apologize. Like, I'm sorry, that was a little rude of me.
Even I don't know much about our true origin, but what I do know is that we were all quite identical. Clones, you might say. I don't know. In our facility's original... In previous times, we were all Lena. In previous times, we were all the same person. Not anymore. Not anymore. Do you have anything to say? She awkwardly kind of like... She kind of gives in to the silence around her.
No, not really. Here's the new
not-
beginnings.
He raises his hands up.
Hmm.
Yes to new beginnings.
Here's to finding more to do around this blue.
Sorry.
The crowd erupts into another roar as a great many tens of very similar people who are still, regardless, their own, cheer on like a new era of life on Millions. Now called the People's Dominance of Millions.
Poor Lug. Finally, the monster has been slain. We are free.
Despite like obviously wanting to celebrate, I think everybody like goes back to the things they need to do. Too many people are hurt. Too many people need help.
Well,
You all
hungry.
especially. Some of you took every single member of everybody who went in there came out with quite a bit worse for wear.
I only took 6. I'm only at 6.
I think I took 3, but part of my gang members took more.
I think your gang
at
members as a
9.
whole took 2.
Yeah, Lug's
Okay.
dying.
I'm always like the one that like.
How hurt are you, Lug?
Yeah, where's Lug?
I'm at 9.
Okay.
You're fine. Put some dirt on it.
Wow. I always come out like the best for wear because like all I am is just hungry right now. In universe.
I'm
That's
dying and I don't have even that nice soup anymore.
Yeah, the moldy soup.
It wasn't moldy, it was chunky.
I
Oh,
can't believe the
hey.
soup helped us save the day.
Hey, wait! I've got crackers. I still have
When
my
did you get
crackers.
crackers?
Remember?
When did you get crackers?
Remember? They were thrown
bet
to
if-
me before Giuseppe got his eye taken out.
I don't remember that.
They were thrown to me, and I kept them because I couldn't eat them all. I couldn't
You
swallow
ate
them
a
all
bunch of them.
Yeah, but I didn't eat them all. I was interrupted. Or they screaming at Giuseppe.
But if you guys threw the soup and crackers at Lena on the first turn, it would have been instant KO.
Combo!
Yeah, I'm just
I'm
remembering
having
the
a-
crackers.
I'm quiet right now because I'm suddenly having a hard time remembering the name of the canteen lady.
Laura.
Yeah, I've been having
I can't read my own handwriting.
I only remember Len because he's my favorite.
Listen, the fucking...
Lenore.
Okay,
Sorry, my
right.
handwriting's horrible.
Thank you very much. Thank you for keeping notes better than
I put a little bit of myself in the characters. The little bit of myself in Lug is the friend list because he cannot remember anyone's name.
Okay, I rewrote it down so then it's got better handwriting. Yeah, Lenore threw them to me while I was running off.
Giuseppe, you can like you head over to the to food, and Lenore's over there, and frankly, the canteen's one of the only areas that didn't really get like battered.
Oh, thank God.
And you have a very I think like the rest of you probably head over to the medical tent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You show up to the medical building to see like Elena's just kind of like not so much chilling, but like looking at stuff, sitting down because she can't walk. and Quill just like rushing between folks, and you all show up like bloodied as hell, and she's just like, "Fuck,
Well, shit. All
God,
right.
damn it.
overtime.
I'm not gonna get any sleep."
I'm so sorry for Quill.
Sorry, Quill.
Quill came in like after all of us and like didn't know like what she was getting into when she got on the boat.
That's fair.
She just wanted a part-time job.
She needed those fucking 60 hours for her degree.
You all stick around the area, the folks who made it through this whole conflict. And over the next few days, you and yours help a little bit with some rebuilding, just some small repairs. You get ready for some nice shit. But the day after the whole thing, you have a concert. Really, it's obvious that everybody cannot be in the bar. This is simply too many people. So you have your band move all their equipment outside, and you play on the deck of your raft of the SX Exodia.
Okay, we did it.
We did it, boys.
Got him. Buzz has great vocal range.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's having a good goddamn time. Everybody's there, no matter whether they could walk or not. They were either moved or moved themselves. It's entirely possible that this is the vast majority of their first time really hearing music. Lug, are you dancing?
I would. He would if he still was not in immense pain. He's probably at a 6 now. Well, everyone else is at a 0 or 3.
So what would he be doing then?
Waving the spear around.
Do you think that he'd be boasting to people? Like, this is the spear of the queen under the mountain, and I fucking took it from her.
Probably.
All right, you're telling a little tall tale, like a little embellished,
Little.
a little to
There were
to some of the younger
in the story.
to some of the younger millionaires, as they are now calling themselves.
I get it.
The people of millions. And they're listening in rapt attention. Rusty, what would you be doing while all this nice stuff's going on?
Well, I've assumedly already checked in on everybody, all my cult members and all that. Check to make sure they're doing fine, yeah?
Yeah, they're doing pretty good.
They're doing good. They don't hate me.
Yeah, they don't hate you.
Okay, that's good.
Nick and Zink in particular are having a real damn good time. They're going all out with dancing.
Nice.
Until they see someone in a striking
Oh.
or what? No,
Oh.
not
Okay.
No, Jerry's not here. Don't worry.
Okay, that scared me.
They see a familiar clothing. The face is very similar to a lot of folks around here. It's kind of hard to tell some folks apart. But they see Lyra, and they kind of light up, and they run over to where she's sitting and grab her and pull her up into the dance they're doing. This
Oh,
weird
nice.
haphazard throwing around of their bodies. It's definitely not on rhythm in any way, but they're just moving, having a good time.
Nice.
The Peanuts dance.
Got the
Yeah,
penis
sure.
dance.
Giuseppe, what are you doing? I think you're part of the band, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I play the trumpet.
Right, you're playing that trumpet.
He's going hard.
I know my stuff.
Have your folks been holding up in the last day?
Well, I guess they were tense for a little while now, but like now that everything's gone back to relative normal, they still want to stick by me, but they're like calmer now. Everyone seems to be in a better mood and not at odds with each other. I know Bung and Buzz were angry at each other for a while. I think everyone's just trying to enjoy themselves. I guess Quill is probably serving drinks to everyone still. Maybe being a little grump, but still enjoying the music.
That's fair. I think you've got a lot of like new faces at your bar. A lot of folks that probably don't get very often, or don't commonly get a chance to, cool off like this. So you've got some people that are definitely overdoing it. You can see out of the corner of your eye while you're playing a couple of folks who are just kind of getting sloppy fucking drunk. Quill just like kind of getting exasperated, like, I think you had enough. And they're like, no, give me more, I got it, fine. Some people are puking off the side of the Exodia. It's rowdy but not violent, which is a nice change of pace to your usual, people you serve. I think Lena herself is also there, getting pretty buzzed. She's holding herself back, but she's at the bar, sitting, talking to some of her people, talking to Lungs, who's talking to her. The concert draws to a close with a lot of people who are probably going to be very sore in the morning. Very gonna need some seltzer water. And the faces you know are simultaneously shrinking and growing in number. Never really the same. Never stable. How long does the song go for?
This is the extended version. It's 8 minutes.
Okay,
Oh,
please.
sorry.
Okay.
10 hours.
Concert over. Let's do.
Fuck off,
got it.
vote.
So the next day, Lena takes you all in a for congratulations and for a final finishing of the kind of gentleman's contract you created with her. She kind of essentially just says, name your prize. Tell me what you want.
You guys got any ideas?
I know Ben does.
I don't want to go first.
Okay.
You can go first. Rusty has no wants in this fucking world.
Oh boy. Let's see. What do we have? What do they have that we don't? Don't want to like rob them blind. We're gonna be exploring more soon.
We need gas, don't we?
Yes, but we're gonna meet Silver again soon for that. I think we had a deal.
That's not for fuel.
Oh, but what's it for?
Parts.
It's
Materials.
for materials.
Oh,
Metal.
I thought I like made like a fuel deal.
You did, and that was the deal.
Oh, I
Like,
got the. Okay, got
you
it.
guys got the fuel.
Okay, sorry, I was confused about that. Okay, yeah, I would like some more fuel. Enough fuel to get to. Am I allowed to take a look at like Wynn's radar at the radar thing that?
I mean,
Lug
you could.
has? I asked Lug to like if he's in a better state to pass me that radar.
Oh,
I want to take a look at it again.
Hand it over.
I want to take a look and see like what's changed about it since then.
The only thing that's changed is that the glowing spot that was previously on where Millions is, which is where you're at, it's gone now.
And in its place is a little star that says level clear. And there's a little time, it says best time at the bottom.
Okay,
It
so
has 6 sessions.
I like show this. I don't have like a map to compare everything with, like where that would be. Where another. I guess I like show the radar to Elena and say, I think we need to head out soon, so I need enough fuel to get over to here. I think this is where we want to get to next, somewhere wherever this is.
We'll give you whatever fuel you need and more.
All
If you
right,
want supplies, we can give you that.
maybe
That
more.
is that we have plenty and we will not run out.
Maybe more food, and that might be it. I don't know. You guys don't need to provide us manpower, I guess, unless anyone wants to come with us.
Some of mine has expressed an interest in coming aboard, and I will permit them to.
All right.
We're likely to get an influx of people now that the news that we will accept any will likely permeate the blue.
All right. Do you want to ask your wants now, Lug?
Yeah. The boat plan. And
Okay,
he kind of he forgets that they're not all the same person for a minute, and he goes, "Oh, I want to build a boat, a big boat, something to keep my friends, my family safe."
Yes, Lorem told me as much. We cannot provide you the equipment, or we cannot provide you the materials, but we can provide you the manpower.
That would be much appreciated.
You will have to come here for it, though.
Of course. Thank you.
You need not thank me. This is merely the price. And I swear, if you do not give more of an actual answer, I will start to weep. What do you want? It's a reward. She like kind of gets a little bit like beside herself, like your people fought and died. What do you want?
We're too nice to take anything from people.
Yeah.
You're like, don't want we saved these people. Now they're making a nation. We don't want to rob them.
We can give you barter. We can give you things.
Could use barter, honestly.
I swear to God, if you don't give me an actual answer, I'll just shower you in good shit.
Give some metal stuff to Rusty. He could use it for something. I don't know. Maybe eating. Maybe trading. Whatever happens first.
Eating.
Ugh, God, you people truly are not mercenaries. You have no idea what you. All right.
No.
Fuck it. She speaks into a fucking her little walkie-talkie. Len, are you there? Copy. Give them a bunch of fucking stuff. I'm sorry? The mercenaries. The reward. Just give them a fucking bunch of shit. Are you just stuff? Like random stuff? Yes. Think the valuable stuff. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. Just that's their reward. Yeah, that's a lot of quotation marks.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Yeah. We've never done anything like this. Sorry.
We faked it. We just like we had a really
Also,
big
like,
shotgun, and they assumed that we knew what to do with it.
Those who wish to join your boat will likely be loading things onto your ship over the next day or so. If you would like to continue to be under our hospitality, we will not. You can. Lauren will fix you up. Eleanor will feed you. What a strange time.
Strange, but
I don't know how they saw Lug and they didn't think that immediately, or they saw the three of us, period, and didn't think what a strange creature. Usually mercenaries have uniform, or like there's something like differing them,
Armor.
but like unifying them.
You had armor.
One of us did not have armor at all.
But you're like the weirdo. The weirdo doesn't have to have armor.
You know what? True. We didn't come with our own guns, other than baby guns. We didn't have good guns.
Now you had pretty good guns.
Ow.
everybody had rifles. Regardless, I think at that point, Lungs actually enters the room.
Yeah, I was
And not
curious.
Salia.
I was curious about Lung.
And he kind of like looks a little bashfully at y'all, and he says, "Hi. This is a little sudden, but I think I know what I want to do with my life, outside of fighting and BG and all that. I, with your blessing, I'd like to stay here."
Oh, well, of course, buddy.
Yep,
Rusty gets
you have
really
my word.
excited. He's happy.
Yes, you're safer here. We're gonna be. I don't know what we're gonna be doing honestly, but I think
No,
it's gonna
I
have to
don't.
do.
I don't want to be here just because I'm afraid of fighting. I don't. Not to be rude to you, ma'am. And she waves him off. But I think I don't. They don't have much in the way of knowledge of like anything beyond like military rule. I think they're going to need someone who knows like the smaller things, like farming and I don't know, living. I don't think any of these people have like have lived without like the thought of killing someone, just as a thing. I think this is my place.
Bug goes up to Lungs, and he looks really fucking menacing. And he puts his shoulder on his hand, and he goes, "I'm gonna do great things, kid."
You're gonna be better at teaching them than all of us. We're not a good crowd of people. We're not a good people crowd, but you are.
Getting stabbed by you, Lug, was probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
Lug chuckles to himself and gives him a big old bear hug, except it's not too good because he's still alive.
Yeah, I get you.
I join in too.
Yeah, hell yeah. Get in on this hug. Hell yeah, dude. Hug time.
Yeah, he gives you kind of a tearful goodbye, even though he's going to have to say goodbye again in a day or so. Lena kind of breaks it up, though. Is like, well, I suppose that's your business until we see you off.
Well, thank you, Lennon and Company. I think you gave us something to do. Something to do from onwards, from here.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
I think we've got a few things to check off. A few things I need to know about an old pal of mine, particularly.
If you ever need support, you can simply come back here. We
Anytime.
will never refuse you.
Just happy.
Yes?
I hate to admit that this is what this is. I think this might be a good lead on what we should do next. And Lug takes out his friend list, and he flips it over to reveal that in fact it was the hit list all along. And he goes, "There's probably going to be people, whatever these folks are, people working for BG. If we really want to find him or stop him, this might be our best lead."
I take a look over it, like, I don't know if I recognize any names at the moment, but I sort of like nod my head. This is definitely something we're going to want to do. I want to track down that big business bastard, look at all those dots on the weird map, and even kill a certain monster. I think that'll give us enough to do for a few months. We've been looking for something to do for a long time. I think this may be our big break.
Well, I think that's just about it, except for mentioning a few things. I think the people that join your ship, I'll say it's 10 of Lena's people.
None of the named ones, right? Just all the standard ones.
Lyra.
They all have varying L
Hey,
names.
Lyra.
Were you gonna?
I will, of course, name folks more, because the major reason I didn't was because, it's intimidating.
Cultist.
Yeah, but Rusty, I think you realize that the people who are with you are kind of here to stay. Like the times where your crew was transient and just changing all the time. I think you realize that's kind of over.
Fuck yeah, big family.
The people who are with you are gonna stay.
So happy.
Frenzy time.
I'm so fucking happy I could cry. Not me, but Rusty. Rusty realizing this. So fucking happy about that. Finally! Fucking finally. It's not just a bunch of people looking at him gawking like, what the fuck? Finally some people are like, you know what, this guy's not that bad. Fucking
They look
sweet.
past the blue fingers and the constant wetness and the various flags as clothing and
A
the bad
rope.
teeth and
The egg.
the smell.
Yeah, the smell.
And
God, the smell.
They see a man under there.
Smells.
A human man is under all of that stink and wetness.
A
A human
human
man who they'd rather be on the side of than the side against because he has freaky magic.
Your reward, I will call 5 barter to every person.
Oh, I'm fucking rich.
Someone take notes of this? Okay.
So happy. I have
You
11
have,
barter.
God, you have enough supplies to make any damn trip you probably wanted, and then some. More importantly, is that like the supplies are good, very very good, as in food that you probably cannot find anywhere else, and tastes really fucking good, and it's not fish.
Burger time. Hell yeah.
Pretty much. There's probably some burgers in there.
Fucking hell yeah, dude.
There's probably like imitation meat.
That's fine. I don't know what imitation is. It's all meat.
Lab grown meat. You know, that kind of shit.
Oh, Rusty doesn't know about that. He doesn't know that. It's all meat.
It's fine.
It's all food
It's
to him.
enhanced. That's all it is. It's just enhanced.
Yeah, it's enhanced meat. It's meat plus.
Yeah, it's Rusty's pound of flesh.
Well, now it's 2 pounds.
Make sure you mark that you got 10 folks
Oh yeah.
added to your roster.
God, my sheet's
Um,
filling up fast.
That's
I'm editing that post I made.
Okay.
that's fine.
Josie.
What?
The thing.
Don't you worry. On the day that you're probably going to start shoving off, though, there's a couple of loose ends that start to get tied up. The major folks, not everybody, is with Quill in the medical tent, or not tent. It's the fucking medical building. In the medical building, when Elena kind of like congratulates her on like all the hard work she did, and in particular, she says she reaches under her desk for it kind of looks like a book, and she hands it to her, and Quill like is like, holy shit, and you kind of like crowd around her shoulders, and it's like, oh, it's like a whole medical book, like it's a pretty robust, like big, you know, kind of like self-teaching, you know, surgery and shit book.
Nice. Wish I could know this.
They tell you.
Okay.
Until like Elena's like, oh wait, shit, give me a sec, and like takes the book back, and like Quill looks like she's like the most pitifully disappointed and sad in her life.
No. No.
Until Elena grabs something else. It looks more like a kind of a binder, and she's like, it's the same book, just the pages are laminated so that you're on the water a lot, right? So you know this will protect it from water and shit. And then like, you know, she's back to like being so happy, and like kind of the jump between feelings makes her start to cry.
Aww.
And she hugs Helena. It's a very nice moment.
That's sweet.
And then you go over to Lorem because she wanted to see you win, or Lug, fucking words.
Leggy.
And she congratulates you in particular, and hands you something also similar. She just hands you like a book. It's not laminated or anything. It's the book, and it's a kind of a general mechanical engineering book. It's like, and she goes, despite your compliments, the true compliment should be to this. I've read it over 500 times, so I know everything in it. But if you like truly want to get as knowledgeable as you say as I am, then this is the first step.
I'll take good care of it.
It's out of my hands. I don't give a shit.
Andy reaches for a handshake.
She looks at your hand. It's like she extends her hand a bit and then gives you a low five.
A what?
A low five.
Log chuckles a little bit. I think that's about it for that then.
You're all kind of like starting to load onto the boat in order to like, you know, do your last checkups and such. When some other boats start to pull up onto the docks, and you kind of recognize a couple of them. Some of them vaguely resemble some of those merchants that you had saved earlier. And they kind of all pull up, you know, slowly and carefully, of course, so they don't destroy everything. But they get to you before you guys can leave. And they crowd around you in particular, Giuseppe, but just around a lot. And they're like, this is the man! This is the man who saved us! This is the man! And then some of them also start screaming, this is the man who fought the thing! This is the man who fought the thing. And so
Thing?
they're like, oh shit. And they're like, did you see it? Did you see the thing?
He fucking saw it, all right. Saw it so much he can't see anymore.
God.
This is the man who fought the thing and lived. It's like, oh man, did you see the busted leg we gave it? Did you see, like, another person starts screaming, did you see the hand we shot off? And another screams, like, we busted a part of its head. Did you see that? And.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh no.
And they kind of look between each other.
Oh
and I go,
no.
It didn't have a busted head, you idiot. It had a busted. And they all start to like argue with each other because like it's a better thing to do than to acknowledge what is probably the case.
Oh.
What do you think that is, Giuseppe?
That he heals himself.
I got it. He's part starfish.
You do recall that the one that you fought did have that same like wound on its hand, simply
Yeah.
like scarred up.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. And you're like, this is, I don't like this. I don't like this.
If there's multiple businessmen, evil businessmen, or there's one that just keeps healing himself.
No, Jerry wasn't the businessman.
There's multiple cherries, and I fucking hate this. Hey, this is horrible. I don't
We've
like
already
this.
had enough. We already have one clone plot. We can't. There can't be a second clone plot.
Yeah, there can. Who said they all look the same to begin with?
It was a clone I made just for the occasion.
They all look like BG.
The people kind of like just gonna go back to their shit with like their newfound unfortunate knowledge.
That there's either multiple or this thing is healing.
Some of them who are the ones who particularly like got saved by you promise like discounts if you head over to their shops, but otherwise they are pretty crestfallen. And I think with the understanding that you believe you know where you're going to go next, that is it for the session.
That was a really good session.
That was.
Alright. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love that.
So that we don't pad this out too much, let's real quick get HX real quick done. So who knew Giuseppe better after all this?
It's very weird. It's a hard one.
This is up to Giuseppe though. So
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Give you reasonings, I guess. Let's see. I saw. It's sort of different. We all like very like saw each other in heated battle today. I saw Lug like smashing a guy. Like,
no, this is who knew you better.
oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Those of them. Okay, who knew me better? I'm going to have to give the edge probably to Rusty because first the sandwich incident.
That's a good point.
Second, he saw me do the humming.
I feel like force feeding someone is very intimate.
Yeah, you know what?
Moment.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's Rusty. No.
Yeah. Okay.
So you get +1.
Yippee.
Good job. Who knows Rusty better?
Who knows Rusty better? Sorry, I'm trying to remember all the things that happened in the last 4 hours or so.
Yeah, this one went on longer than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. We got a lot more in. I was worried you were gonna.
hours.
It's
Yeah,
4
no,
hours.
I was worried you were gonna cut it off early, but I'm
Hey.
glad we got to do a lot still.
Yeah.
Fellas, the recording doesn't lie. It's been 4 hours.
Jesus.
Wow.
I'm sorry
I didn't
for
realize
that,
you've been here for 4 hours. I
In
just abandoned
almost
my
5
parents.
minutes. Almost 5
I just
minutes.
abandoned my parents
Alright.
downstairs. Like,
Um,
let's see. So, what do you think?
God, it's hard to say.
Let's do better.
You could always just do a coin flip.
I want to give it to Lug.
Alrighty.
Picked him up. He saw that egg absorb into the other egg. But yeah, I also did force feed Giuseppe a fucking burger.
Alrighty. Now who knows Lug better?
I wanna say that Rusty would know Lug better because we were both in very close proximity with this robot. I got to see Rusty mangle his hand for it, and Rusty got to see me smash a bottle over the mech's face, hold it at gunpoint. We're all close proximity. I feel like that kind of adds to that.
That's fair. So I guess now you can continue with the thoughts you had before HX happened.
Let's see.
This is a good
Session was
session.
really good, of course. A lot of twists and turns, a lot of fun stuff.
I'm glad you liked it. Did y'all like understand or like get the idea that the Lenas were all clones before the reveal?
No.
Fucking no,
Oh,
I'm a
no.
dumbass. What do you think?
Joe saw my first idea for why they were all like named the same. I thought
Yeah,
it was like a joke on Lenin because they're communists.
Yeah, that's off of like the true reference, but that is pretty much it. They're all, Lena herself is named after a character in the Solstice War, who is herself basically just like a different version of Lenin. Lena Ulyanova.
I think you mentioned that before. The Solstice War.
Yep, it's good. Read it.
God, I gotta say, I was worried that somebody was
before I
gonna
forget.
die.
Before I forget,
Yeah?
immensely, a million times over, to Slimozine for allowing me the use of their song Pink Tea.
Mhm.
I hope y'all like that song that basically just played through most of the like fight there.
Really good.
I
was
did
good, I
enjoy
liked
it.
Thank you.
That was pretty much the entire like ending fight, like the dialogue I thought of as soon as I heard this song for the first time.
Yeah, that's that's good.
It's a very striking song, I feel, and I just kind of like I come up with the thing and I was like, damn, this song would be good to it. But yeah, thank you very much. If possible, when you like edit and upload this, making sure to put in like the description or notes or whatever, like a credit to Slimozine. I'll send you like a link.
Yeah, please do so that I can link back.
Thank you, Curtis Mayfield.
Here's
For the use of
Thank
Move On Up.
you. Thank you, Curtis Mayfield, for saving me from my teammates turning on me.
thank you, Toby Fox, for not telling me if I could, but I did anyway. Played that one song.
Was that the True Lab music?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
that's
undertone music.
It
It worked pretty
Yeah, I think so too. Any particular thoughts on this one?
I thought somebody was going to fucking die.
Me too.
And that was up to y'all and the roles.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's mostly
Who would you
sidekick
been
bot.
Who would you have been willing to kill off?
well. The thing is, when life is untenable thing, we have 4 chances until we actually have to die, or unless we just want to skip straight.
That doesn't happen in a battle. Like at 12 you die, but can't you're just 11 you die but can be revived. 12 you're just gone. These are like second chances. So if you make it to 11 and then survive, that's a tick.
Okay, that's neat.
If you were to take you don't have those chances. It's not like a D&D 5th edition where you get like 3 like death chances or whatever. It's just like you either survive it at 11 or you die at 12.
Okay, that's neat.
Um,
So you survive and you can just choose to die.
Yeah, the people who were most likely to die is just whoever became most vulnerable, which kind of basically became Wind.
Yeah.
If y'all hadn't done like some of your more dangerous and crazy shit, it's more likely that she would have got more shots off with that cannon. That was like the true like, oh, I'm upset and scared now thing, to use early in the battle and then kind of menace you with the idea that she could use it again.
Yeah, that worked pretty well. I was tempted to like ask if I could steal the cannon, but probably not. It's probably broken.
I mean, it's possible.
we don't need to argue about loot until like some other time.
Right.
Let's see, what other stuff can I say? I did a lot of extended talking in this session and like said some cool and kind of cheesy lines.
You said-
Cheesy's
Which is
fine.
Yeah,
Please
it's good.
continue to be cheesy.
It was so
Or just
fucking
Effie
good.
being the Cheesemeister is
It's
totally
so
fine.
good. It's so
Like
fucking
I
good.
didn't plan any of those like extensive speeches about like purpose or like going beyond finding purpose and making goals across the blue, whatever. I just like all improvised those because I need to think like what would he say in this situation.
What's the most anime ass shit I can say?
If we're gonna be honest, I was thinking about trying something very fucking risky. And that was, I was thinking of, what if Lug pretend like sided with the queen just to walk up with her and fucking shoot her.
I think I'd have to cry.
Like walking up like to join
Like,
and turning around and literally just shooting her at point blank with the mega shot. But I was thinking,
I was a little upset in some ways because I was planning on some cool shit happening if you were to attack with certain weapons.
Like what?
yeah.
Particularly like your crossbow.
Mm.
But that didn't happen. That's fine.
Particularly
I just had my magnum
Crossbow.
on me.
I thought about the crossbow, but
You did have. I was surprised because like you have weapons that armor pierce.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if this would pierce.
I mean, like if the shield was up, it wouldn't have. But now, like when she was like whatever, would have.
I could have done a one-handed pickaxe, but that would have been weird. It's
Yeah, it would've
two-handed.
I keep forgetting that Lug has a pickaxe.
Yes, family heirloom.
how can you forget Lug is Minecraft, Steve? How do you
Yeah.
forget
How
this?
did y'all appreciate the "That's mine now"? Thanks.
That
That's
was really
nice.
good.
Good.
I
What would
like that.
Yeah, I like getting it filled with. I mean, I got like a pretty silly item, but like I think it could be actually useful in the future if we find more.
I wonder
Stupid
what
tech.
the key was for.
What's that?
Was the key to unlock the children?
I may as well just tell y'all since like they're in there. The items were the first one is called competition. That was the weird syringe. When you use it, it gives you +1 to all rolls for a whole scene, or until I decide it no longer works. And after that, for a full day, the player takes -2 on all rolls because they feel like shit, want to lay in bed and die.
That's
Mm.
fair.
So like you get like a burst of like better ability, and then it sucks.
It's your mojo.
Yeah, it replenishes at a rate of like 1 per session. The weird lance, you know how that works pretty much.
Yeah, it shuts off technology.
The box was some deep earplugs.
Yeah.
They protect the wearer from brainer moves and probably would work for other psychic shit. The
Would that-
quadcopter's the quadcopter.
Would that have stopped the weird
It
crying
would
guy?
have let one of you like not be affected if you were.
That would have been fun.
The final one was the disruption key, which is the weirdly shaped like metal wand with like key-like lumps and shit. Pressing the button would, if you were like close, it would like cause. Pressing the button causes the next move either to take -1 for PCs or less harm for NPCs. So basically, you could like disrupt what a person's trying to do, and it would either hurt you less, or if you were using it on like another person, their roll would take -1.
We should have allowed the children to fight.
That door wasn't
there?
coming open, so don't worry.
Are they just gonna be sitting in there for a while? I hope the children go on to live good lives.
Giuseppe adopts a child.
I assume you probably like you would have been allowed to. You looted like the weird weapons that Lena had. You already got the ornate spear, but also go ahead and copy paste this shit.
If we want them, we can like split them. I don't know.
Well, obviously, we know who's getting the knife.
I'll actually make an addendum to the shrapnel gun or the sharpnel gun.
I
like it. Actually, I like Chopinol. Keep it like that.
There.
Oh, that makes
Oh,
sense.
so it's the junk cannon. Nice.
Okay, so I guess
That's cool. I do. I like that.
Otherwise, she had that her weird armor that was the Unreal Field. That could absorb up to 6 harm. It could be just immediately disabled by the super shotgun or the rude spear. And then she had that power armor that counted as 3
Oh, I should have used my
armor.
spear.
So that's why
No,
you
I
weren't
had
getting
the
through,
spear.
because like
Oh,
she had
no.
a 3 armor power armor.
Yeah, I should have used my weird stick earlier. Sorry,
Except for
guys.
when I
Use
stabbed
it.
her in the eyes.
The fact that you used it at all is, power. Yeah, that's pretty much most of it. Did y'all like the like kind of thing I did with the inside millions? Like in the
Yeah, it was neat. It makes you wonder where it all came from. Was this pre-flood? I wonder.
I want to assume
You
so.
know.
I was
It's on a
talking more about
mountain,
like,
so far above like what the waters could kill.
I was
Oh,
talking
what
a
you
little bit
saying?
more about like the things I did with like the pros. Like going room to room and having a long like description. Which part of which I guess like I'd like to ask like which room did you enjoy the most?
Obviously the fucking monitor room with memes on it.
Monitor room.
I forgot about the Doge
God.
thing.
The Doge thing was very fucking funny.
Did you decide that you were going to use that image beforehand?
Yeah, I did. I was really upset when I forgot that I was going to use it because then I had to look for it.
Honestly, I'm really like I know it's like a little cheesy, but I really like how you like bring in like current aspects of internet culture and like put them into this future society as like ancient relics. Like the whole like Len being named after that Tumblr post,
Right.
and then like you can
Like a thing I want to do with this most is that like even the drama should be laced with a little bit of levity.
yeah,
So
I like
you're
that.
going through this like strange facility, shit you've never seen before, led by someone who like you're not even really sure at this point if you can trust. And then like here's a fucking meme. Here's a hamburger.
No, for real. I was like totally prepared for her to fucking turn on us.
I
I
was
was-
not.
No, I was,
I was
like,
worried about something like
yeah.
I
I was like,
I thought as soon as she was able to like access the terminal that this was like a trap.
yeah. I was like, oh, is she gonna send us down here and not come with us and trap us or some shit? And I was like, ooh, I wonder what's gonna happen. Yeah, it was neat. It did leave a lot of like suspense, but not in a like, oh, well, that was stupid. There was no indication of that prior because like you look back on it and it's like, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I gotta say that like I'm real fucked up that y'all did not have an inkling that they were all fucking clones.
Listen,
Because I kept thinking like, oh, can I say this? And it's like,
I mean,
no,
like,
that'd be too
I got-
obvious.
Like I didn't think too much. I thought they were like all like dwarves or whatever, just like tiny people.
God.
Okay. My
Like they're all short. They all
re-
sound similar. They're all wearing masks. Like
My
fuck,
reasoning.
dudes, come on. They even have
reasoning.
children that all look the same.
okay. By then, I kind of
Yeah.
got it. The
Okay.
children
I-
thing was kind of a big gift. They just didn't say
I
anything.
at least gathered that like the two Lenas were like clones of each other, but
And that, of course. But what
And that would have been like the okay, and then like them revealing it all was like a show of I don't know trust and stuff.
they were twins this whole time.
remember when
what
Giuseppe was accidentally racist towards short people?
fucking Giuseppe. It's because he ate that burger.
I'm pretty sure what made me not think about that was, I guess I just didn't really think. Oh well, you see the face of the doctor lady because she has the mask off because the eye trick, and you see the face of Lena 1, and I don't remember the descriptors being too similar.
No, they weren't.
I didn't really describe Elena's face too much, mostly because like
She does have the metal.
Yeah, she had too much
shit.
shit that like would have gotten in the way of recognition.
Right.
And Len was there.
Len still had the mask.
Oh, yeah.
I like Len. I wish he could have accompanied us.
He's
Not too
got a
much work.
job. Yeah, he's got a job.
He's got a job.
Yeah, I'll visit him.
He's got a 9 to 5. Sorry. By the by, I marked improvement.
All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Did
have
anybody
one
else
too.
I don't actually know how many I got. I'd have to like look at the video and
Are
check
you
how many
fucking
times
kidding
I
me, pal?
You gotta You gotta keep up with this.
Please.
I'm sorry.
Don't
That's
worry,
fine.
Apom. I had trouble keeping
I
up
think
too.
I probably did just get enough for a level up. For now, I marked 3 bubbles.
What did
maybe I
you have highlighted again?
So crap. Let me just pull it up. I had cool and hard, and I used
You
like 1
rolled quite a
cool.
lot of cool and hard, so.
I'm gonna give myself a full level. Why not?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like, go and give yourself, like, what you need,
sorry.
but I know you probably got, like, an improvement.
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. I would just fill up like the 5 slots I was at 0 at the beginning of the session.
Do you want to discuss those improvements, or do you want to leave that for
Um,
time?
I'll leave it for another time.
Maybe for
So-
another time. Yeah, while again winding down.
Right.
Do we want
Anyways.
to talk about the weird sadness cult stuff?
Yeah, do you want to talk about that?
Nah.
I don't know. BG is finally showing up. He's gonna murder that bastard. Now I have 2 people to murder.
Who?
BG and Jerry.
What did everyone think
I bet
about?
they're in. I bet they're in cahoots.
They're the same person.
All right. What did y'all think of the augury scene?
Oh.
I hated this dude.
I did too. He's I posted a picture of what I assumed he looked like, and he looked
Oh
like
yeah, he looks like the Yes Man.
Yeah. I
No,
assumed-
he's a lot more gaunt and disheveled. Basically, he'd be like a less blue version of Rusty, really.
I can't believe he's just rusty too.
Except if like the shitty Quillodes were like good robes and stuff.
So
I
he's
feel
just
like he should have been in a suit.
He's
He's-
basically rich Rusty.
he's
He
rich,
sounded like he
but
would have
I'm
been in a suit.
rich. It's
Rich-
not that I'm
okay, well-
poor. It's just that I don't want to look good.
He's
Okay.
humble.
He's a yuppie.
Oh
So I guess-
god, horrible, fucking horrible.
Yeah, I heard you making noises when I was describing how he did his
Frenzy,
augury.
yeah, and his frenzy shit. Yeah, I hated fucking. Yeah, I'm gonna have my fucking cult members lick my cheeks, and that is how I'm going to do things. Like, fuck off. Gross
Yeah, you
bitch.
know,
Nobody
actually, I
asks
prefer-
how to
I
do
pre-
it, just do it.
Yeah,
I kind of prefer you eating metal now.
Yeah.
After seeing that, I no longer chastise you for eating metal.
I hate how he treated his cult members. Glad he's
Are they all
dead.
just all the cult members just like catatonic right now?
I feel like they just kind of like slumped down to the ground and just kind of are sitting there.
I think
Stark.
that like they were a bit less than people at that point,
Oh,
because like they were doing some heavy tier drugs.
yeah, that makes sense.
Fucked up. I'm glad my followers don't have to do drugs just to follow me around.
I'm glad Giuseppe is good at humming.
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, but everybody's been doing a shitload of coke behind your back.
What? They haven't been.
Why
What?
You haven't been able to find it.
What? I asked them, hey,
give
if you
it to them.
found this, give it to me. I asked them for it.
Yeah. Why do you think
They weren't
I'm
gonna give
broke?
it to
We've had
you.
to slip them so much. We've had to
God.
slip them so much jingle to make sure they don't give it to you.
No, you know what? Right. That's fair. What was that dude's name?
I said it, I think, twice. You might not have heard it. Is Goremeister?
Goremeister. I fucking hate Goremeister. Goremeister,
Glad you
Miser, Gorger.
We're probably
Meister
gonna have,
more Goremeister.
we're probably gonna have to fight like 5 more of him.
How'd you like your augury scene though?
I loved it. I'm glad everybody got together. I'm glad I
Yeah.
rolled good. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad your descriptions were there.
Finally, the egg's finally growing.
I no longer have +1 augury. I used it right then and there. It's fine though.
We've
I
gotta
totally
get
forgot
the-
about a small scene that I wanted to happen before the end, but it'll happen next session, I suppose.
Okay.
Where shit will bleed and everything gets ruined.
No, the bleeding happened. That was the fact that like everyone just kept feeling good for a while.
Ah.
Yeah.
That was like the bleeding was like just certain folks not being able to really respond to anything.
Mm.
You also notice that like a lot of your side didn't really do anything. Like everyone was kind of in a stunned state.
Mm.
They're fine, don't worry about it.
How'd y'all feel about that reveal involving Jerry?
God, I
That
hated
was
it.
pretty good.
Yeah, it was good, but I hated
It
it.
was pretty good.
I mean, I sort of
Lord.
figured. Well, I don't know what the implication is yet. Like, I know we've nailed it down to either he's regenerating or there's more.
Or both.
Oh
Well, if he
boy.
was regenerating, he did a really shit job of it with his arm.
Yeah, because his
Hmm.
arm was still fucked up.
And they were talking
It was
about like
starved,
even
wasn't
more
it?
intense, like damaging, like
Oh
stuff.
boy.
Like they talk about like, did you see like the leg we blew off? Did you see the head we
Oh.
caved in?
Yeah, that's not good. We got more of them. We
Fucking
can't kill even
horrid.
one of them. How are we gonna kill more of them?
Well, if we're being honest, the most you attempted to do in fighting was get him off of choking and then stab in the arm.
Mm.
So you didn't try
Try-
too hard.
Keeps trying to get away like a coward.
It baby. Jerry
I
baby.
still believe that there is a Jerry living underneath our.
Jerry is my egg. I'm going to call it Jerry Jr.
How
Or-
do you feel about your egg doing all
Um,
that shit?
horrible. Me personally, I did not like the egg eating the other egg, but you know, that's how it be. That's how mafia
Survival of the
works.
fittest.
But don't you want to
Survival of
see
the
what
fittest.
happens when it eats more
Yes,
eggs?
yes, I
When it
do.
wants to gather
I want to
all the
feed it.
chaos eggs?
I want to feed it
It's like
more.
Katamari.
It's God. I'm so glad this thing has not growthed into me, into Rusty.
Anyways. Is that about it, you think?
No, anything else to comment on? Hamburger scene was still fun.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
funny.
We talked about the hamburger before.
Yeah, because it's almost 1 a.m. Central Time.
I
Yeah,
want to
we
watch
should go
something
to
with
bed.
you real quick, Seth.
Okay.
Sorry about that, nerds. I assume that
was
we're not
fun,
going to do the rabbit because it's really late.
Yeah. We're gonna take a
Maybe
break
tomorrow.
before. When do you guys want to do the next session? I'm fine with like taking like a week break or so.
Yeah, we
know when-
break.
Give me
You
time
mean
to
like,
think.
Like skip the next week?
No.
No?
Well, whatever
No,
you
just-
guys
just
think.
like-
Whenever I don't know when you have another day off,
Because
but
like when you say
Tuesday.
like a week break, like I was planning on the next one being like next week.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
just
Is
give
that
me
good
time to
for-
recuperate.
I mean, like that's how it always. Well, that's how I want it.
Yeah.
Like one
Yeah.
thing per week. The only reason the
Anyways.
like double session thing happened was because like shit was still fun,
Yeah.
Right.
and like it'd been over a month since we had fucking done anything, and I wanted to continue doing shit.
I'm gonna have fun talking to my history teacher about this because he likes D&D shit, and I can't wait to tell him I fucking drop kicked a man twice, and then elbowed him to near death.
And then nearly died yourself doing it.
It
We
was
should
worth
tell
it.
him about how I randomly came up with the idea to hum a song to get my people back to me.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
You should tell him about the man who had his fucking followers lick his face for a ritual.
I'd
No.
rather not.
Why?
No.
Why?
Fucked up.
So-
Fucked up. That's
'Cause I
why.
don't want to tell my fucking late 20s history teacher, oh yeah, I'm playing this game with my internet friends, and they had this guy lick tears from this man's face.
In
Okay,
order to
are you
cause.
still gonna tell him about the fucking hug circle?
Yeah, in order to cause depression
yeah.
in everybody, this man had his followers lick his face.
Tell him about the hug circle. That was pretty good.
I was actually pretty like impressed that you chose to like kind of turn the emotional skyscraper kind of back on itself rather than like isolating it or something.
Well, why not?
Yeah, that was clever.
Why not? I mean, like I did think about just removing it in general, just getting rid of it, but then I was like, you know what? You know what? Hey, let's have some fucking fun with this for once in
Well,
our lives.
The reason why I was impressed was because it was like an interesting interpretation of inserting information into the world.
Yeah, that was like super
Like-
creative.
Insert happiness into the sad machine.
Create machine.
Yeah, create another
This is
It's
one.
how-
like it's like
this
when you
is how
take
Mafia-
It's like when you take
It works.
no, it's like when you take Dayquil and NyQuil at the same time. You just get Quill. You have Happy
I
Machine
can't
and Sad
believe
Machine.
Quill
You
is
just get
here
Machine.
with us right now.
Yeah. Where? How'd
Oh,
you
wait,
get
how
here?
come-
I'm really. Oh yeah, I'm
Jeez,
really
Effie,
glad
how
that
come
Quill.
You get 2 Quills.
I'm really glad that Quill is finally happy.
God.
No, it's just Quill is just Machine now. She isn't Happy Machine or Sad Machine. She's just Machine.
God.
Yeah. On top of all the fucking loot y'all got, Wind in particular got the other part of his improvement, which was a relic of ages past, which it turns out is just a fucking engineering book.
Nice.
Yeah.
Originally it was going to be like a specific boating engineering book, but you decided to like make it more general,
Yeah.
which is fine. It just
I
means that you're going to
also,
be a bit more involved with the whole process.
Right. I also made the great joke of originally it was going to be a Playboy magazine titled Boats and Babes with a Z.
God.
God.
Was
But yeah, so like if you want to start getting with me to understand like the process of this, like the things you'll have to do, you have 2 of the major steps, which is you have a supplier of a lot of metal and you have people to work on it.
I'm getting those connections.
I don't know if you want like more connections before you start, but if you said like you want to delay leaving to do your shit, you could start off.
It would be neat.
What's that?
Delay the shit in a way of like make some sort of plan with the millionaires. Make a plan and tell Silver about, hey, this is where it's being built. If you could drop shit off here.
Yeah, it's doable.
That you're storing. And also maybe
I totally forgot on top of that I was gonna have Silver show up with the fucking merchants. God damn it.
Oh, I
I'll
was
have that
gonna
happen at the
wonder where
beginning of
Silver
next-
was gonna show up.
I'll have that happen at the beginning of next session. I'll write it down.
A man that looks very similar to Jerry shows up in Silver's clothes.
No.
I fucking no. I'm sad.
Don't
Just
hurt
no.
Silver.
Don't do this to
Silver's one of
us.
my favorites so far.
Please,
As long as
Silver's
Silver and
very
Len
good.
make it through, then I'm fine.
we've heard enough. I'm glad
Lungs.
Yeah, I'm glad lungs.
Yeah, Lungs is good.
okay.
This is where he deserved to end up.
Yeah.
Sad to see him leave. Glad to see him being.
Right?
Finish his arc.
Right? So fucking happy. I'm
I
proud.
can't believe me stabbing him was the best thing to happen to him. That was a good line.
Oh,
If only
fucking.
his comrades could stay around to see him get this successful.
Speaking of that,
Only
God.
when it didn't try to run.
Speaking of that, God, Lug telling the fucking Queen Lena, like, no, I've got to protect my friends and family, like specifically family. With like,
Right, that was
fucking-
really nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
Thanks. I was thinking about that one for a while and how to phrase it.
Yeah.
Fucking and
Good.
out of
Again, I
Lug.
should've just. Yeah, again, I should have just like spat mine out. Just like, what would he say about like wanting to keep the boat going and punt down the bastard monster and all that?
That's fine. It was good. I liked it.
Giuseppe
How do you?
is on a blood
Speaking of
quest.
which, how do y'all feel about like the Queen and her fucking bullshit?
It was a fun fight.
Not the fight itself, like her
Jesus.
speaking and stuff.
I mean, she was eccentric, but like understandably so. I feel like it fit. It fit.
Yeah, I was trying to like make it go from like regal to like petty child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said no, and then she gets real fucking pissed. Like why?
Yeah, no.
Why?
No,
I
fuck
do
off,
like.
no.
I did actually like the detail, like you talked about how like the clone people don't know anything but like fighting other people. That's just sort of all they've learned through their entire life. So that's pretty much all they do.
All right. Well, I'm glad you like got that detail.
That about it, you think?
Sounds like it's about it.
Sounds good.
Anyone have anything in particular?
Again,
Thank you
very
for
good
this
session. I liked
This
it a
was
lot.
really fun.
It is.
If y'all want to bring anything up to me, if you want to get together tomorrow to do a rabbit / like talk about
Like
improvements.
loot
I
and
will
all that.
harass you at 3 a.m. tonight.
God, please don't.
I may not be able to make it. I think I'm going to a concert tomorrow, but like I can like
That's fine.
message the group chat just about stuff.
Anytime you're free over the week, it's all good.
All right.
I got a mini paper to work on tomorrow, but that shouldn't take too
Alrighty. I'll see you later.
See y'all
Alright.
later.
long.
Thanks for the
I want
session.
to watch something with you real quick.
Okay, well, that will be the end, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, good night.
I'll see you.
Thank you for,
Good night. Thank you for watching.
yeah, thanks for
Good night.
listening and watching.